This program is produced using the resources of Public Media Network in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Learn more at publicmedianet.org.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mohammad Uzair. I'm from Peshawar, Pakistan. I'm on the International Visitors Leadership Program, which is called the IVLP. We'll just do a very quick round of introductions first with our guests before getting into the conversation. So my name is Mohammad Uzair. I'm the CEO and founder of a media company called Blimp. So over to you, Khuldune.
I'm Khuldune Shahid from Lahore. I've been a digital and print journalist for the past 12 years, currently working with the Diplomat magazine. Thank you.
My name is Sheza Saima, and I had worked as an information officer in a government department, Balochistan, Pakistan.
My name is Dr. Saima Jaffrey. I have done my PhD in applied linguistics. I teach at the University of Sindh Jamshoro, and I am an activist by choice.
Thank you, everyone. So our first point of conversation is the IVLP program, and what do you hope to take away from the program?
I think other than the fact that you're meeting Americans in America and learning so much about their culture and how they live over here, professionally, I think the biggest takeaway from me and something I've brought up in almost all the sessions is the future of journalism and how it might look like, because I'm a digital journalist, and of course with the evolution of technology, there are concerns, there is excitement as well about the future of journalism. So for me personally, what journalism would look like a few years from now, that's my biggest takeaway. Thank you.
Yeah. So my biggest takeaway from this IVLP program would be like, we all humans all across the world are same, and together we can make this world a better place. Thank you.
My takeaway has been both on personal as well as on professional plan. Personally, I have learned a lot of hospitality and openness from our American counterparts here, because coming from Pakistan, sometimes we are a bit uncomfortable about being asked questions. But I have seen that our American friends here, they are very open to answering questions and also to being asked questions, number one. Professionally, what I have learned from here is that, to me especially, how the democratic institutions work here in the US, how people and organizations work, that has been very useful for me. And because I'm here on to learn about the use of social media here. So particularly, I have learned the strategies and tools that our fellow journalists, activists, and academia use here to further their causes. And I think that will be very useful for me professionally as well.
Thank you. So if I can add to the conversation, since I also teach new media to journalism students in Pakistan, and one challenge that we have had, and I'm getting the same from my colleagues or my counterparts here in the United States, is new media is evolving very quickly, and books, of course, cannot keep up. So designing a course is really a challenge for me. And I'm seeing that it's probably the same challenge for my counterparts here in the United States. So I'm really looking forward to meeting all of these academics that I'm meeting here, and then figuring out what would be a good course for new media, and especially we are talking about media literacy as well. So Khuldune, continuing that conversation, can you tell us about your work in Pakistan and how is, as you said, you want to see how the newsrooms of the media of the future would look like. How does it look like for you now, and what technology interventions do you have currently at your work?
I think the biggest concern for us in Pakistan is of course, the clampdown on freedom of speech, and with introduction of any new forms of technology in the country, you fear that it might get into the wrong hands. You fear that the powers that be might try to manipulate these technologies and further crack down on free speech. That's my biggest concern. And of course, the concerns globally with journalism is that whether a dystopian idea whether AI might take over, or what about jobs in the newsrooms? Who are our future editors going to be, robots or things like that? That's a concern as well. So I've had decent conversations on those subjects, and I've learned a lot. We have an idea. We have a lot of common challenges. American media and Pakistani media, we have a few common challenges, but some of the threats that we face in Pakistan are unique, and we try to share our perspective as well. So it's been a fruitful exchange for me personally, and I think for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's talk about the beautiful city of Kalamazoo. What do you think? Dr. Saima, if you can start.
Yes, I just love Kalamazoo, and especially we've recently had this home hospitality experience, which was very enriching for me. We got to visit Dr. Tom's house, and we got to meet many people who are from different walks of life, activists and academia, people who are very active here. And basically I learned about their politics, and it's really enriching to know that there are, though Pakistan and US, they are worlds apart in terms of development, but we still do share the same problems. Like we discussed healthcare, education, and as Khuldune said, that the problems of free speech or freedom of speech, which we have, the degrees might be varying, but then these were common concerns for all of us. And especially since Dr. Tom has had his own PhD in Chinese relations, so we discussed all types of politics from him. It was very good for us to get fresh perspectives on our region, on geopolitics from him. And then, of course, we just love the city of Kalamazoo, and most of us were reluctant to go further. I mean, we wanted to stay here more. The people are wonderful. The city, the snow here is altogether a different experience for us Pakistanis.
Yeah. Sheza, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I was like, when we entered Kalamazoo, we were like awestruck by the snowfall. And, I was particularly carried away by the, Victorian architecture of the hotel in which we are staying. Apart from that, I believe that the people of Kalamazoo and the ambience that we have faced here is just wonderful, primarily because I think I could completely relate with the ambience of the people out here, because, they are willing to go, like they have gone an extra mile to help us and to be very kind with us. So the people of Kalamazoo, more power to you. Thank you so much.
Well done.
Absolutely love Kalamazoo, and I personally, Michigan State will always have a special place in my heart because I grew up as a Pistons fan, so watched to watch
that was a wonderful
experience. To watch the NBA game, to watch Pistons live in Detroit was amazing, and I also got to watch some NHL, some college basketball with the locals as well. So to follow sports with them, watch them, that was a wonderful experience. The weather was great, and that's amazing experience.
Awesome. I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm also a big fan of small cities. I'm not really a big city person. So I love how small cities, the communities are much closer. They're more helpful and they're more welcoming. We've been in DC, we have been in Detroit. Every city, of course, has its own charm. We are yet to see Chicago, the really big city. And maybe New York on our own, but I'm a fan of small cities, and I love how the living people are. So go Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the food in United States. Who wants to go first?
I would like to talk about it. Although we've had all the famous things here, we had seen, especially I had seen some YouTube videos about Detroit pizza and all. But because I am a Desi person, so I yet have to find some local Desi food which is closer to Pakistani taste here. That is one problem with me. But otherwise, food is wonderful. And people are very careful here regarding the different food choices which people coming from diverse backgrounds and, religious orientations may have. So that's a wonderful thing here. But yeah, we still do need some typical Pakistani food in the Midwest. So maybe we can think about that.
So I am a complete foodie person. And when it comes to food, particularly in US, I am enjoying a lot. And I think my taste buds are also having an IVLP because the food is pretty much experimental. I'm enjoying it. And I believe the food in USA is it's a hub of globalization.
Yeah.
So yes. More power to the food.
I'm not that much of a food person. Personally, I try and avoid meat. I don't like to use the V word for myself, but try to be environmentally responsible without being obnoxious about it. But I personally really enjoyed the pizza over here in Detroit as well, and in Kalamazoo as well. So really enjoyed that. And I'd like to take a few seconds to personally thank Uzair here for the recommendations on the trip.
Yes,
I want to put it on record. His not just food recommendations, his the Ford Museum experience was amazing, and all other suggestions in Washington DC as well. So want to thank him on record on this channel. Yeah.
Thank you. So yeah, I'm just like Sheza, I'm a big food person as well, and whenever I visit anywhere, I'm on my Google Maps, checking out different places to eat, and also checking out the reviews, what the people are saying, especially local people. So yeah, been loving the food, and as I was telling the group earlier, I could probably do a blog on the pizza experience of the United States, because yes, as Khuldune said, we tried the Detroit style pizza. We are doing the Chicago pizza tomorrow maybe, and then we'll do the New York style pizza, and then we can compare and see who wins it for us.
We'll be looking forward to your New York experience.
Yeah. I wish all of us could join us on New York, but maybe next time. So I think that's pretty much it for today. I think we should also maybe leave our contact details, and maybe with the video of editing, we can put them somewhere on the video.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for having us. Thank you.
Thank you, Uzair, for being such a wonderful and accommodating
Best host
Thank
ever.
you.
Best host ever.
And thank you to the people of the United States. It was lovely meeting some of you, and I hope we can also host some of you in Pakistan very soon.
Definitely.
We look forward to,
Looking
especially
forward.
Todd is coming to me.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
This program is produced using the resources of Public Media Network in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Learn more at publicmedianet.org.